So my name is Elizabeth Asala. I'm a teacher by profession, and I work with the senior school, currently at Greenstead's International School down in Nakuru. Yeah, that's it about me. Yeah.
Okay. Yourself, Miss?
Yes, I'm Benjamin Wanjui, currently a teacher by practice, though not by profession, teaching at Aga Khan High School, Nairobi. Yeah.
Okay, so how is it teaching at an international school? And what comes with teaching?
Oh, it is really, really exciting. An international school, you asked, right? First of all, it makes you feel international, though you're in Kenya. Yeah. And why? Because you actually literally teach students from all over the world. You teach students from Britain, students from Cameroon, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, all over the world. And therefore, it helps you to interact with the world in the classroom. That's what I would say. Yeah.
And for you, teaching at the Aga Khan?
A disclaimer as well. Aga Khan is also an international school. Yeah. It's still an international school. We are teaching the international system, so we also feel international.
So how many international students do you have? Sorry, I'm not the interviewer. Yeah?
The fact that we are a day school does not mean it's not international. Yeah, it's international. Yeah.
Oh, so the name, I think what he means basically is that the name changed to Aga Khan International School or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Could you tell a defense mode on?
We work on the attack.
Anyway.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so did you first start in Nakuru or how did you come?
No, I've been to quite a number of schools before. Actually, my very first school was at Temple Road High School, right at OTC in town. And then after that, I moved on to the Turkish Light International School. After Light International, I moved on to Aga Khan. In Light Academy, I was there for 3 years, moved on to Aga Khan for 4 years, and then currently I'm doing my first year at Greenstead School.
So how many years have you been in this profession?
Wait, that is quite interesting. At Temple Road, I was there for 2 years. At Light Academy, I was there for 3 years. That is 4 years. Sorry, I'm a language teacher, so with math, I have to count with fingers. So excuse me for that. Then at Aga Khan, 4 years. So 4 plus 3 plus 2, that is, how many years are those? 9. I'm on my 10th year. I started teaching while I was in 2nd year. That is the secret.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to understand.
Yeah. I started teaching.
Yeah.
I started teaching while I was around 19 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this thing in the family or you just...
My mom is a teacher by profession. So she's taught, and quite a number of my sisters are teachers, but on different levels, at the university, at college, and I'm a high school teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, apart from currently being a teacher, what else do you do?
I teach at the Aga Khan, as well as I have classes at KCA. So basically I'm teaching. I'm also doing some projects in IT because that is my area of profession. Yes.
Okay, so what is IT teacher and teacher?
It's okay, you can smile, as in, this is just a camera. Just smile.
What did you show me?
No, they'll edit that, don't worry.
Why I teach?
No, how did you two meet? Or is there a story behind why you
Yeah,
teach?
there is.
Yes, okay.
There is.
Talk about
I think I teach because that is where I was meant to meet her. Yes.
Now that you met me, are you planning to change professions?
Probably.
Okay, thank you. Surprises are coming.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I didn't know that bit.
Tell me more details of how you met in your practice.
I found her at Aga Khan High School, actually, before she became international. We were at the same place. I just came in as a new member of staff, and there she was. And here we are.
Okay, give me details.
Disclaimer. Before Aga Khan, I just mentioned that I was in Turkish international school. So I was international way before. Sorry, maybe I've never shared with you that bit. Well, at Aga Khan High School where we met, he found me doing my 3rd year in my profession. So what happened is that he came on board as a new guy. That was around beginning of 2nd term.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was heading the professional development, commonly known as the PD. So what happens in professional development basically is that as the leader, I'm supposed to coordinate teachers to develop professionally and not just be comfortable in where they are at the moment professionally. We had an introduction of a gadget called Raspberry Pi. So what happens with the Raspberry Pi is that it was being incorporated into the education system so that it can help in the teaching and learning process. Being the head of professional development, I was told that a number of teachers will be taken out of school so that they can go and train and learn how to use it in the teaching and learning. The headmaster contacted me and he told me that he had selected 5 head of departments who will be representing the school on a 1-week workshop. I complied, of course, and the 6th person apparently was Benny, who was brought on board. Well, to be honest, he had stayed in Aga Khan for a whole term. Genuinely speaking, I really didn't have anything about him. He never ever crossed my mind as a friend. I just saw him as a colleague and that was it for whole 3 months. Now, this is into the 2nd time when we went out for the seminar. So he was brought on board for one simple reason, not because he was a HOD, but he was brought on board because he was the IT guy around. So he had to come with us so that he could understand the IT terms so that he could come and share with us the details of the whole gadget. We went out down to Presbyterian University. We stayed for 1 whole week. What happened is that he took that as an opportunity so that he could I know, oh my goodness, he is so annoyed.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. Where do I pick up from?
He came in to understand the terms.
The IT terms. Yeah, the IT terms and how maybe well to interact with the gadget as an IT, with an IT mind. So when he came on board, we became friends. Now, I had something at least to talk about with him. We could talk about the weather after the workshop. We could talk about how the day has been, what I understood from the workshop and things like that. And so friendship started. Remember, 3 months, we didn't have any story, nothing really, except for hi and bye. That was it. But now with the workshop, gave us an opportunity to start interacting with each other. And the relationship grew after the 1 week. As we went back to school, there was something we could sit down and talk about. And furthermore, because we had established Raspberry Pi lab, so I had to spend most of my time there. And with his all hidden agendas, he could also spend most of his time there, you know. But then once in a while after that, he could drop me a text. And I'm like, okay, this text, yeah. But the text was not suggestive, I should say that. So I couldn't even still read anything beyond just a friend. Because to be honest, from my side, I just wasn't interested at all, you know? Yeah, so that is how life went on. And from the friendship, I don't know. We started, he asked me out now officially. And I was honest with him and I told him that I needed to think about it and pray.
Were you honest about that?
Partly, that's a good question because to be honest, I think I wasn't really honest because there's this bit of me in me that had already put him off. I'm like, okay, nothing much about prayer, but there's this other bit that I'm like, poor boy, you know? Yeah, let me just a chance, you know.
Were you single at that time?
I was single. I wasn't in any relationship actually. So that is what happened, and I decided I'll think about it. So I didn't tell him yes or no. I just told him, let's pray. He connected with my spirit and agreed that we pray. We take time to pray. One of the obvious things in Aga Khan is that coupling is not allowed. So it was very clear that there is no way we can actually think of getting into that. And I told him very clearly and straightforward that number one, I'm leader in school, and there are those things that my image, I will not allow my image to be tainted, because I lead people during break time to pray and read a verse every day at my workplace. So those are some of the little things that will just cost my image, and I'm not ready for that. That was the whole reason why I told him to pray and just give time to think about it. And during the prayers, we actually sat down and agreed that we pulled a really hard stand on ourselves, and we agreed that in September, which is usually the beginning of an international school year, in September, one of us should be out. And that is the test that we gave God. So if both of us will still be in Aga Khan, sorry, not Green States, we would definitely know that God is saying, no, 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 you know, that you're not meant for each other. But in case by September one of us is out, then we definitely know we are meant for each other. So we actually gave God a test. And that time I'm like, trust me, I was still like, ish, okay, you know. But we went ahead and trusted in that. We prayed, we fasted, and we got a number of invitations for interviews. And for sure, by the time we were getting to September, we had 4 invitations to interviews and 4 signed contracts between the two of us, which to us was a yes from God, and just confirming that this is God's will, despite maybe what my eyes were seeing. You know, there is something much more inside, which God will fulfill in due time.
Coming over to you, the 3 months, had you spotted her? What was going through your mind? Was she the youngest in your crew? So you were like, hey, okay, now I can hack, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, she was almost the youngest, I believe. And I wouldn't say that I didn't get to see her immediately I came there. That happened, and
What did you see?
I saw a young, beautiful, ambitious lady, and asked myself a lot of questions that later came to be answered through my own research. And I liked the fact that she was very tough, and I could tell myself, okay, so this is our boss, eh? That tough, and okay, let's see where the toughness leads. And surely within no time, she began to soften up. Yeah.
Okay. What did you come to learn and love about this guy?
Oh, one thing that I love about Benny, and I loved even then, is his humor. You know, he's a very humorous person. He can choose to be very humorous. And so that is what I like. And as I've told you, I don't like really somebody who's quiet. I like to know the thoughts of the other person. So being also an open person, very talkative, he is very sociable. He can fit anywhere, places that I can't fit. You know, so to me that gave him a plus. And absolutely a God-fearing man. That is one thing that was ultimately on my list as my priority. So knowing that was quite something. And by the virtue that, because after he had started now showing me obvious signs leading to that, he wants to go out with me and all that, a friend of mine approached me and told me, he is a male friend, and he tells me, what's up, that guy has really been asking about you, you know? I didn't know that he had been doing lots of background check about me, you know? So that also tells you the kind of person that he is, that he's not just after this beautiful flower, I'm going about it, this is honey, I suck the honey once it's done, you know? by the virtue that somebody really wants to know much more about you and not just the outward display. And the good thing is that having been an Aga Khan for 4 years, at least somebody could easily know my reputation and have some background of who I really am. Yeah.
Okay. What triggered the research profession? Is that it?
The fact that I said she was ambitious, and I like someone who is focused. She seemed very focused. She really appeared to be someone who knows what they want. And being in search of such a person, then I did my research. Yeah.
What did you find out?
What I found out is exactly what I wanted to find out.
What is that?
I wanted to find out whether she's a good person, and I found out she's a very good person, whether she's a God-fearing person, which she was. And of course, I wanted to find out more also about where she comes from in terms of the family. Where are they? What do they do? As in, are they people one would want to associate himself with? Yes. And all my answers were yes, yes, yes.